The hospital room was cold, a chill that seeped into my bones, mirroring the emptiness in my heart. 10 tiny bundles, each a miracle, lay swaddled in their bassinets, their soft cries a fragile symphony of new life. My body was exhausted, but my spirit was shattered. He was gone, the man who had promised forever. The father of these 10 precious lives had walked out, leaving me with nothing but the echoes of his broken promises. Not even a blanket. My warmth, in that moment, was only my tears, a bitter stream against the cold reality of my abandonment. The world outside was a blur of winter, and inside, a deeper, more profound cold had settled. And subscribe to our channel for more heart-wrenching stories that will make you believe in the power of justice. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. NN. Our love story wasn't one of grand gestures or lavish gifts. It was forged in simplicity, in shared dreams of a quiet life filled with love and family. We met in a small, bustling cafe, both of us working long hours to make ends meet. He was a carpenter, his hands strong and calloused, his eyes kind and full of dreams. I was a baker, my hands dusted with flour, my heart full of hope. We built our life together brick by brick, saving every penny, dreaming of a small house with a garden, a place where our children could grow. We married in a simple ceremony, our vows whispered promises of a lifetime of shared burdens and unwavering support. We were poor in possessions, but rich in love, and that, we believed, was enough. When we discovered I was pregnant, not with 1 but with 10, his initial shock quickly turned to a quiet determination. He spoke of working harder, of building a bigger home, of providing for our growing family. I believed him. I believed in us, and as the pregnancy progressed, the weight of reality began to press down. 10 babies. The sheer magnitude of it was overwhelming. The doctors spoke of risks, of complications, of the immense financial strain. He became withdrawn, his once kind eyes clouded with worry. He started working even longer hours, his body weary, his spirit burdened. I tried to reassure him, to remind him of our shared dreams, of the love that would bind us together, but his silence grew, a wall between us that I couldn't breach. He stopped talking about the future, about the children, about us. The small house we had dreamed of seemed to shrink, overwhelmed by the impending arrival of so many lives. The simplicity of our love began to buckle under the crushing weight of an unforeseen future. NNTHE delivery was a blur of medical professionals, a team assembled to ensure the safe arrival of 10 lives. Each tiny being, brought forth with such care, was a testament to the power of life. I heard their first cries, a fragile symphony of new beginnings, and my heart swelled with an indescribable love. 10 babies, 5 boys, 5 girls, each one perfect, each one a miracle. I looked for him, for the man who had promised forever, the father of these 10 precious lives. But he was gone. The nurse, her face etched with pity, handed me a note, a few hastily scrawled lines, a confession of fear, of inadequacy, of his inability to face the future. He had walked out, leaving me with nothing but the echoes of his broken promises. Not even a blanket. My warmth in that moment was only my tears, a bitter stream against the cold reality of my abandonment. The world outside was a blur of winter, and inside, a deeper, more profound cold had settled. NNTHE chill of betrayal was more profound than the winter air seeping into the room. He had left me, not just without support, but without even the basic comfort of a blanket for our newborns. The nurses, their faces a mixture of shock and compassion, brought extra blankets, their kindness a stark contrast to his cruelty. I held my babies close, their tiny bodies a fragile warmth against my own shivering form. The tears flowed freely now, a silent lament for the dreams that had shattered, for the love that had turned to dust. How could a man, a husband, a father, abandon his family in their most vulnerable moment? His fear, his inadequacy, had manifested as a chilling act of neglect, leaving me to face an impossible future alone. My warmth was only my tears, a bitter stream against the cold reality of my abandonment. No, in that moment of profound despair, a fierce, unyielding resolve ignited within me. I would not let his abandonment define our lives. I would not let his fear dictate our future. I would be their mother, their father, their protector, their provider. I would find a way. I would build a life for them, a life filled with warmth, love, and the unwavering knowledge that they were cherished and wanted. I left the hospital with my 10 babies, my heart heavy but my spirit unbroken. I found refuge with a distant cousin, a kind woman who opened her small home and her even larger heart to us. I took on odd jobs, baking for local cafes, sewing clothes, anything to put food on the table and keep a roof over our heads. It was a struggle, a constant uphill battle against poverty and prejudice. But with each small victory, I felt a renewed sense of purpose. My children were my motivation, their laughter my greatest reward. And years passed. My children grew, their laughter filling our small home with a joy that transcended the pain of the past. They were bright, compassionate, and fiercely resilient, their spirits unyielding. The community rallied around us, their kindness a blanket of warmth that enveloped our lives. Neighbors brought food, donated clothes, and offered a helping hand whenever needed. My children learned the value of hard work, the importance of community, and the power of love. They understood the sacrifices I had made, the battles I had fought, and they honored my struggle with their unwavering love and support. They were a testament to the power of resilience, to the strength of a family forged in adversity, a family that had found warmth not in a blanket, but in the embrace of a loving community. And I never saw him again. I heard whispers of his life, a lonely existence, haunted by regret and the choices he had made. He had found no peace, no happiness, only the hollow echo of what could have been. He had chosen fear over family, comfort over commitment, and in doing so, he had lost everything that truly mattered. And as I looked at my 10 children, now grown, successful, and surrounded by their own loving families, I knew that justice had found its way. He had left me without even a blanket, but I had built a home filled with warmth, with love, with a legacy far richer than any material possession. My warmth, once only my tears, had become the boundless love that enveloped my children, a love that had triumphed over abandonment and built a future brighter than any dream. And in that moment, I knew that the true legacy was not in what he had left, but in what we had built together. And in life, I discovered, has a peculiar way of weaving unseen threads, connecting destinies in ways we can never anticipate. Years after his departure, a chance encounter brought me face to face with his mother, a woman I had only met briefly at our wedding. She was frail, her eyes clouded with a sorrow that mirrored my own. She had heard rumors, of course, of his abandonment, of the 10 children he had left behind, but she had never truly believed them. Blinded by a mother's unwavering love, a love that refused to see the darkness within her own son. When she saw my children, now vibrant, thriving adults, her eyes filled with tears. She saw the family he had so carelessly discarded, the legacy he had so foolishly rejected. She saw the love, the joy, the connection he had so foolishly traded for a life of solitary ambition. She saw the vibrant lives he had chosen to abandon, and in their success, she saw his own profound failure. She didn't need to say anything. The justice was evident in the vibrant lives of my children, in the strength of our family, in the unwavering love that had blossomed from the ashes of his abandonment. My miracle had not lost its father. It had simply found a better path, a path illuminated by the unwavering light of a mother's love. NNSHE became a quiet presence in our lives, a grandmother figure who showered my children with the love and affection they had been denied by their father. She told them stories of his childhood, of the boy he once was, before ambition and fear had consumed him. She spoke of his struggles, his insecurities, his desperate need for approval, not as excuses for his cruelty, but as a way to understand the complex tapestry of human nature. She taught them forgiveness, not for his sake, but for their own, a way to release the bitterness and resentment that could poison their souls. And in her quiet wisdom, I found a measure of peace, a sense of closure that I had never thought possible. Her presence was a whisper of redemption, a reminder that even in the darkest of stories, there can be flickers of light, moments of grace that transcend the pain and offer a glimpse of a more compassionate world. The unseen threads of fate had woven a new pattern, a pattern of healing and forgiveness, a testament to the enduring power of human connection. My warmth, once only my tears, had become the boundless love that enveloped my children, a love that had triumphed over abandonment and built a future brighter than any dream. And in that moment, I knew that the true legacy was not in what he had left, but in what we had built together. 9 years later, a documentary crew approached me, eager to tell our story. They had heard whispers of the woman who had raised 10 children alone, of the man who had abandoned them without a trace. I hesitated, reluctant to revisit the pain of the past, but my children, now adults, encouraged me. "It's our story, Mama," they said, "and it needs to be told." So I agreed, my voice steady, my heart filled with a quiet strength. I spoke of the cold, of the tears, of the struggle, but I also spoke of the warmth of community, of the unwavering love of my children, of the resilience that had carried us through the darkest of times. The documentary became a powerful testament to the human spirit, a story of triumph over adversity, of love over abandonment. It resonated with millions, inspiring countless others who had faced similar challenges. And in the telling of our story, I found a deeper healing, a profound sense of purpose that transcended my own personal pain. NNHE saw the documentary, of course. He reached out, a tentative email, a request to meet. I hesitated, but my children, ever compassionate, encouraged me to listen. We met in a neutral place, the quiet park bench, far from the prying eyes of the media. He was a shadow of the man he once was, his once proud demeanor replaced by a profound weariness, his eyes filled with a hollow regret. He spoke of his failures, his loneliness, his desperate need for forgiveness. He spoke of the choices he had made, of the life he had squandered, of the family he had so carelessly discarded. He didn't ask for anything, only for a chance to apologize, to acknowledge the pain he had caused. I listened, my heart a mixture of emotions, sadness, pity, a strange sense of detachment. I saw not the monster who had abandoned me, but a broken man, consumed by his own regrets. I told him that forgiveness was not mine to give, that it was a journey he had to embark on himself. I told him that my children, though they carried the scars of his absence, had found their own path to healing, their own way to build a life filled with love and purpose. I wished him peace, and then I left, walking away not with anger, but with a quiet understanding. The echoes of the past would always be there, a faint whisper in the background of our lives, but the triumph of the present, the vibrant reality of our thriving family, was a symphony that drowned out all other sounds. My warmth, once only my tears, had become the boundless love that enveloped my children, a love that had triumphed over abandonment and built a future brighter than any dream. And in that moment, I knew that the true legacy was not in what he had left, but in what we had built together. NNTHE years continued to unfold, each one a testament to the enduring power of love and the unbreakable spirit of a family forged in adversity. My children, now grandparents themselves, carried forward the lessons they had learned, instilling in their own children the values of compassion, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the strength of family. Our home, once a small apartment filled with the cries of 10 newborns, was now a bustling hub of activity, filled with the laughter of generations, a vibrant tapestry of love and connection. We celebrated birthdays, holidays, and countless milestones, each one a joyous affirmation of the life we had built, a life that had defied the odds and triumphed over the deepest betrayal. The cold winter that had once threatened to consume us had long since passed, replaced by an eternal spring, a season of warmth, growth, and boundless possibility. My tears, once a symbol of my pain, had become the fertile ground from which our family had blossomed, a testament to the transformative power of a mother's unwavering love. And in that profound realization, I found a peace that transcended all pain, a peace that affirmed the enduring power of love and the unwavering truth that justice, in its purest form, always finds its way. And I often sat on my porch, watching the sunset, surrounded by the laughter of my grandchildren, my heart overflowing with gratitude. I thought of the man who had left me without even a blanket, and I felt no bitterness, no anger, only a quiet understanding. His choices had led him down a lonely path, but they had also, inadvertently, led me to a life filled with a love and joy I could never have imagined. My miracle, once met with rejection, had become my salvation and the enduring testament to the power of a mother's unwavering love. The true legacy was not in the physical scars he had left, but in the unbroken spirit that had emerged from the crucible of pain. It was in the laughter of my grandchildren, the unwavering support of my children, the quiet strength that had carried me through the darkest of times. It was a legacy of love, resilience, and the profound truth that even in the face of the deepest betrayal, the human spirit can not only survive, but flourish, creating a tapestry of life more beautiful and meaningful than any grand design. My miracle, once met with rejection, had become my salvation and the enduring testament to the power of a mother's unwavering love. The warmth of our family, a beacon in the cold, dark world, was a testament to the fact that even when stripped bare, love finds a way to flourish, to thrive, to become an unbreakable force that transcends all hardship. And in that warmth, I found my true home, my true purpose, my true and everlasting peace.